riders are on the grid. We are getting ready for the race start here for the Moto2 German Grand Prix. Jake Dixon on pole position from Barry Boltus and Tony Alberino. Senna Igas, Arenas, Onchu, Ramirez, Lopez, Ortola, Roberts. Then Izan Guevara, Canet, Sasaki, Salak, Hologado, Gonzalez, Alonso, Vietti, Cooney, Esque, Binder, Van der Gerberg, Vieje, Navarro, Monrella and Hadja at the back. We're ready and all set for the Moto2 Grand Prix of Germany. Lights are on. Lights out, we're underway. It's a good start from Jake Dixon as he comes down towards the first corner. Very late on the brakes, going to go side by side, coming in as well with the 81 of Senna Igas. Igas going to go on the inside line. Dixon's going to go in too deep and they're going to make contact. Dixon's getting forced out wide. He's dropped down to about 7th position. Tony Alberino takes the lead of the race. Well, it's one after the other, I'm afraid, and that is going to be surely a penalty coming, because Dixon got completely forced out. He got completely taken out of the running order as well. I can't see that standing from the stewards, to be fair, from Senna Igas, who got a great getaway, but it was a bad move on the inside line. So, into the lead is Tony Alberino. Barry Boltus in second. Dennis Onchu is third. Senna Igas holding on for 4th position. And Yuki Cooney has dropped down into 21st. Look at the smoke! That's coming from one of the fans who's let off a smoke bomb. They're not supposed to do that. They were told not to. And it won't be unusual if race control decide to put out the red flags in order to try and clean that up there on the circuit. Into the battling then. Alberino leads. Boltus, Onchu, Senna Igas surely getting a penalty. I can't see because look at that. Dixon's down on pole. He's dropped down to 7th place by being forced out wide. I'd like a replay of that start as well to come through shortly. Alberino, though, leading and controlling the race at the front. Boltus, Onchu, Senna Igas, Ortola running in 5th. Dixon's back ahead of Ramirez as we complete lap 1 of 25 here. Down the brakes, back on the inside line. Boltus makes the move for 3rd against Senna Igas. Senna back on the inside. Not going to work out there, I'm afraid. So a switch up, but Tony Alberino leads as Albert Arenas trying to go through on the inside of Jake Dixon, and Dixon's cutting him off from, and that's Senna Igas has got a jump start. So it's a double long lap penalty. To make matters worse, I thought he got a great start, but he's jumped the start. He's forced out the race leader, and he's got a double long lap penalty for that. If anything, that should be at least a ride through for everything he did there at the start. That was horrific. Yellow flags are out. Not sure why at the moment. Here's the start. Oh, massively jumped the start, Senna Igas, and he knew it immediately. That's why he was alongside Dixon down to turn 1. But he just doesn't release the brake, turns in. Dixon's already on the inside, and he just runs him out wide. What on earth is he thinking? That is ridiculous. As Onchu battling with the race leader, so that's Onchu into the lead of the race, and Alonso Lopez has crashed out. So Onchu leads, and there's Senna taking the first of his 2 long lap penalties. A little bit of justice, but I don't know about... Oh, he comes out right alongside Albert Arenas actually as well. Almost whacks out the side of him coming in. So, yeah, not good there from Senna. Alonso Lopez is out of the race. 3 wide into 1. That's Senna again being under pressure. And look, he's back there on the inside line. That's Philip Salak going through. That's the teammate to Jake Dixon. As we now see, I think that's going to be Sasaki moving up into 14th place. Well, an interesting start to the Moto2 race here, as Dennis Onchu has the advantage at the front of the field, 123.364 as things currently stand, and they'll just hug the inside line nicely. Diego Monrella in 10th position as the Moto2 graphic continues to judder. He's been doing that all season long. 3 wide then front, Barry Boltus holding on, and Dixon back into 4th place past Joe Roberts. Okay, so we will be in a little bit of a return soon as Onchu holds off Alberino. Boltus still coming through, trying to find the sneak attack. It's not going to work out there. Albert Arenas now in 6th position, Ortola in 7th. Over the line, and there is Senna taking his 2nd long lap penalty loop. He's back on. Diego Monrella, a 1:23.270 in 10th position, as Tony Alberino on the inside line of Dennis Onchu in towards turn 1 at the right-hander and takes the lead back. Okay, dramatic opening 4 laps here. Now, have the stewards agreed that Senna's long lap penalties have been completed? 2 of 2, yes he has. So you can see the official messaging coming through on our systems here. 2 out of 2, he's completed it all in suitable fashion. Alberino then. Onchu, Boltis running up in 3rd. And now we're seeing Roberts still on the back. It's going to be another close race, this one. As they come adding towards turn number 11, down the hill. Sector times are improving. A few reds coming out of Reynas's way. Red sector 3. Alberino with that fastest one. Look at Diego Monrella. Diego up 15 places. Fantastic. Yes, Diego's up from P25 to P10. Look at this. If it stands as it does in the championship, Gonzalez and Aaron Canet will be level on points at 161 each. Diego will move within 27. Jake within 50. That's 2 race wins. And Jake thought his luck had changed. He crashed in practice 2 yesterday in the wet weather, but then got pole position and thought, oh, I'm on it here. I'm on for a hunt at the front. And then just a small issue cost him, sadly, big time. Lap 5. 21 laps to go. Just a few other things changing at the front there. As we'll just return and hopefully get our commentary signal shortly from the TNT team. So we can throw it down to them. Down on the inside line, Joe Roberts, and there's the 24. That's Marcus Ramirez to try and take Ivan Ortola. Small little contact between them. Back on the inside line on an uphill into turn number 13. Yellow flag. Who's out? Fernandez. Fernandez has crashed out of the race, according to our computer. So that's a turn 4. Rider okay, but yeah. I never really believe that much unless we see him. It's an automated message quite all the times from the computers. Alberino though, leading from Onchu, Boltis, Dixon, Arenas, Roberts, Ramirez. As we ride on board with Aaron Canet. Just a few dark clouds approaching the circuit. 25% chance of rain for the MotoGP race later on. Makes us just it's slightly worried. As the action continuing on. And there we see Alberino retaking the lead. Back on the inside line. Let's check in then with the wheel feed.
A little at very best. I thought it was going to be worse, maybe sitting out a race, but he topped it out on the race day come Sunday.
Dennis Onchu attacks Tony Arbolino all the while. Barry Balter's just sitting tight at the moment, and I think he's being sensible here. You're going to have to keep some tyre underneath you for the latter stages of this 25-lap Sachsenring Grand Prix. So much on the left-hand side of your tyres. You have to look after them.
It's like a medium option tyre here, an SC1. You've got the SC0s and SCXs. SC1's probably a little bit more of the harder compound range in Moto2 this year. 2 variations of it, and everyone choosing to use the one with the stiffer construction. But it will take a bit of managing. Oh, that was a bigger jump start when you see it from that angle. Yeah. He well and truly jumped it. So, yeah, you can understand if Dixon feels a bit miffed after the race that somebody jumped the start then gives him this problem in turn 1. But yeah, it is the nature of the beast. A turn 1 Moto2 collision is relatively norm.
So on-shoot from Arbolino. Barry Baltus sat there in third, has learned managing his tyres this year. That much has become clear, and so has Dennis Onshu, remember, who ran out victorious in Aragon. Where another one where tyre, looking after your tyres is important. It's a development tyre, isn't it, the rear tyre that they're running this weekend, the new medium tyre, which I find interesting. Oh, now goes Arbolino. Out of the race for Tony Arbolino, and that, as you can see, is a really, really fast one. At turn 12, the Saxon curve, and Arbolino crashes out of second place. And look behind, Dixon, Arenas, Roberts are closing in at the front. The gap down to half a second now. In fact, Onshu's pace when he hit the front there, a 1:24.5. They've been running in the 23s on those previous laps.
And Tony Arbolino out of the race, drops it through turn 12, and now it changes once more. Strange, confusing race continuing as yellow flags are out. So rider okay, so it's 2 retirements, and now Barry Baltus stands on the precipice of a race victory. If he can get ahead of Dennis... Oh, I thought there was a red flag for a second. It's not, is it? No. The graphic went from on the timing tower from yellow back to red, and I thought, oh, is that a stop race? But we continue on. The timing screen still saying green. Jake Dixon's into third place then. He's back onto the podium places. Gonzalez now leads 8 points in the championship try and connect. Diego is on 137, and Jake's on 140. Still no change for Jake. Still remains the 50 as everybody's moved up a place on the overall monitors. Just to remind us, Diego on the inside line, and Marina makes the move. Contact with the American Racing of Marcos Ramirez, and Joe Roberts just ahead of him as well. There's a little bit of a sorry, my fault. Hand held up there as well. So switch back through on the inside line. Yeah, just anything you can do, we can do 10 times as worse as it comes into it. Onshu leading, Baltus in second, Dixon third, 7/10 back, so it's still a two-way fight at the front. There they are actually, with Jake just closing in behind. Lap 9 of 25 of the Moto2 German Grand Prix. And there's still a long, long way to go. Reminder that the MotoGP race is going to be on the main JBMotorsports YouTube channel. We're back now to doing our old half the weekend of practices on JB2, races on JBM. Now that the most important streams of the year are done, with the Indy 500, the British Grand Prix for F1, and the Le Mans 24 Hour. So it's back to normal schedule. As Onshu slips through on the inside line as well, still holding that lead of the race against Barry Baltus. Now we're seeing as well, back through, Diego Morena making more ways through. Not a bad race actually as well. It's typical. I don't disagree with him much, but I'm going to disagree still with Simon Patterson on this. I think Moto3 is fantastic, MotoGP is fantastic, Moto2 still needs work. It's getting better, but it still needs work to be as fantastic as it. The gaps are too big. It's not what we see in other racing. MotoGP is working on its image, it's working on its racing craft. We know we've got the new tyres coming in. As well as we've got Pirelli coming in, we've got new rules coming in, new bikes down from 1,000 to 850cc. But Moto2 definitely still needs a bit more work, as on the inside line coming in as well. There we go, that's Manuel Gonzalez getting ahead of Ivan Ortola coming through. And then Aaron Cadet's next ahead as well for 9th position. Lap 11 with 15 to go. Still closing up in towards the braking zone. Of course, for MotoGP, it's a 30-lap race. I haven't told Megan that, to come into it. It's a big day, actually. It's the shortest race in the calendar, but it's 30 laps, yes. But it's, what was I going to say? We've also got coverage of the 6 hours of Sao Paulo. That gets underway at 3 o'clock. And then later on tonight, we've got the Chevrolet Grand Prix, the IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship race. Omi will take you through the second IndyCar race of the weekend, as well from Iowa. And myself and Matthew Owens will be taking you through the final of the men's Wimbledon. Yeah, I'm giving up a race to do Wimbledon, because why spend 2 weeks doing the tennis only to not do the final? It's why next year I'm not doing the F1 Canadian Grand Prix, because it'll be clashing with the Indy 500. You don't spend 2 weeks prepping for something only for it not to do the final big finale. Quick? Yeah, it could be. It would be nice if it is. I can do the two. Side by side, they're still coming through on the inside line as well. Over further back, making moves up the order. I'm trying to find out where that is. That's Vietti passing Canet and Gonzalez, and now trying to have a go at Ramirez as well towards the braking zones. This is over, still down 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 places. Alonso still in this mix. Now remember, it was Alonso Lopez who crashed out earlier on, not David Alonso. I'm just looking at Moreno in 4th position, if he can hold it back through, if he can catch up. He's 8/10 back to Jake Dixon. There's still an opportunity to fight. But the leading front, I just can't believe Barry Boltus in a position here. And I've never seen such consistency from him in a while. Let's take a replay. And this is on the inside line. This is Diego Moreno making his way through on the inside line of Albert Arenas for 4th position. And a sweet move on the inside line down at turn 1. Apparently, according to Megan, they're into the finals now of the, what do you call it? That's the one. Side by side over the line. Boltus just sliding around, trying to find a way position. Do we say Jake Dixon's going to win this? I've just got a feeling he's got the bit between his teeth now. It's a circuit he likes. He was on pole. He's got the momentum with him. Certainly an opportunity. Try to have a quick look actually as well on Barry Boltus, as there's the two American riders swapping places. That's Joe Roberts now going ahead of Marcos Ramirez, or is that the other way around? I haven't screwed updated yet. It's Ramirez passing Roberts, yeah. So 6th and 7th places swapping over. And that's Vietti. Is that waving through Aaron Canet? There's something there on the inside line, and Canet's going to get passed as well by Manuel Gonzalez on the inside line. Boltus is really strong behind Dennis Onshu coming out of turn 11. This is unbelievable strategies right now from these two. Got the information, of course, no ink in the printer, so I'm having to use different things. Barry Boltus, 79 Moto2 races, 14 Moto3 races, 93 in total. His 94th career start, his 80th MotoGP start, Moto2 start, I should say. Best finish of 2nd, 4 podiums, and he's been racing since Qatar in 21. He's never had a race win, and he's now behind Dennis Onshu, who, if memory serves me correctly, I'm going to double check this so I don't make a mistake on it. Only the one victory back in Aragon earlier on this year in Moto2 for Onshu, but he had 3 Moto3 victories, 1 here in Germany where he was perfect in the Moto3 race. He was slipstreaming everywhere, and he practiced the dive bombs into the last corner on the inside line and took the victory by about 0.003 of a second. It was madness from Onshu a couple of years ago in the Moto3 paddock. That was back in 22. I certainly enjoyed it. But it's Barry Boltus with 12 to go, showing his advantage at the front and just reaching out and trying to grab what isn't there. Slowing down once more into the braking zone, lap 14 of 25. Don't forget we've got the we've got the WCR race after this as well. Their second race of the weekend. And then we've got MotoGP. It's non-stop. When I say it's non-stop, I mean it's non-stop today. Yeah, snail racing coming up later on. I think literally we don't stop until midnight. We go from 8 o'clock until midnight, non-stop. Oh, Gonzalez and Canet. Yeah, it's just all day. Gonzalez nearly got taken out by Aaron Canet as well. Diego Morena up 21 places. Stunning race from him. You can see why he's half up in the championship the way he is now. These headset cups need replacing as well. They overheat your ears because they're not the nicest to wear. So we're in the process of changing up the equipment anyway. Megan's furious right now with hers as well. She's hating it. So we'll sort out some same headsets, just newer ear cups and freshen up and not be boring to death with things. Max says non-stop and you love it. I don't mind it. No, I do. I like days like this because you're going from one thing to the other and you don't have time to get tired because you're always on the move. If there was a long break, say that we finished at 2 o'clock and we had another race at 8, that would kill me because there's a long pause then and you don't want to go back to the commentary box. But here, where it just runs all day, it's fine. It's just wake up in the morning that I hate. Tomorrow, of course, on JB Motorsports, you can join us for the Formula E Rookies Test. We've got a couple of people trackside to give us all the latest information. Plus, we'll also be talking with our colleagues as well across the series. I'll be on JBM and Formula E Zone Contact! Well, that is the dumbest thing I think I have seen Diego Morena do. Oh, and this will be a red flag. He's taken out Alonso. That is... Well, it was going right, and then it's gone so wrong so quickly. Diego Morena trying on the inside line to get ahead of Jake Dixon. Slight contact between the two. And then he, in turn, runs into the side of David Alonso. So they're both out of the race. Two bikes stuck in the gravel trap down at the very fast part of the circuit. I wouldn't be surprised if they red flagged it, because there are bikes in harm's way. It is a short lap here. We'll keep an eye if that does go to a red flag. If it is, it'll be a restart of 10 or 9 laps now because we've gone over the line. FIM stewards, incident is to be reviewed after the race. Well, it's simple. Morena gets a penalty. We've gone back to green flag running. I'll be amazed if that is actually green. We're heading into that zone of the circuit now. If they've actually got that away quickly, I will be very impressed. What? If they've cleared it, I'll be surprised. Let's have a look. Into 2 and 3. This is 3. This is where the accident started. It's up at 4, where the bikes are. And well, there's still oh, I don't like that. There's still debris on the line. The bikes have gone, but there's debris on the racing line. And if you pick up a puncture, it'll be a huge accident through the fast part of the circuit. See, it's places like this. I think we don't need a safety car like they have in British Superbikes. That's not needed. A type of a full course yellow, just to slow the racing down for 30 seconds so we can properly clear the track and then go again. That's what we need in motorcycle racing. Just something to hold and go again. Still, some fantastic battling right now between Dennis Onchu and Barry Boltus. They are flying together right now. Onchu on for his second win. Boltus on for his first ever in the MotoGP paddock. 8 to go over the line. They've both gone to the medical centre, according to the latest news from Race Control. Nope. I'm gonna have to use my other hand. My arm is hurting. Let's take another look at it. So he goes on the inside line. He touches the rear tyre of Jake Dixon. Dixon was lucky not to go down. It was the near Dixon, yeah. And then he goes to the gravel, comes back on, and Alonso, well, to be fair, Alonso just runs into the back of it. That's a... Morena deserves a penalty for hitting Dixon. Alonso deserves a penalty for not seeing Morena. That could be a 50-50, but Dixon's also involved in that, which is why I think both might get a penalty for that. It's an avoidable contact. I don't know. I think that's a dangerous rejoin from Morena as well. That's a hard one to call because there was a lot of mitigating circumstances. I'd say that is, in my view, a dangerous rejoin. It's a 70-30 Morena. That's how I would read that. Alonso, yeah, we need a co-commentator as a rider. Where's Lizzie? Oh, I know. Lizzie's at Donington, where we were supposed to be doing the commentary for all the races this weekend. So, yeah. Sadly, members of the team not available this weekend to cover the events that they were supposed to, which has forced me to stay. And they have gone to the medical centre for a checkup. So that's understandable, unfortunately. To come through. Yeah, because how it was originally supposed to... I'm not even going to get into it. But I was supposed to be trackside. Lap 19 of 25. 7 to go here. Oh, a little snap there from Jake Dixon on the back of Arenas for third place. It's still very close. It's one of the closest Moto2 races we've seen of the year with all of the field. They're only separated by, well, I say this laughingly, but 25 seconds. Not a lot in the Moto2 race. We've usually seen them nearly a lap down before. Rider coming on has responsibility to join safely, says Max. Yeah, I agree with you. So that's... And Bottas going for the move on the inside line. Down into turn 12. Can't get on the inside. On-choose brake later. Regain the position of the lead. But these two fighting is going to let Arenas, Dixon and Ramirez close back up at the front. A little bit wide over the line. Not going to be as simple as you think it is here. Lap 20 of 25. 6 to go. A little bit on the inside line. Dixon makes the move. Arenas gets the switch back through turn 1. Dixon's got the right-hand side. Coming up at turn 3 to close the move off and has done so. Dixon moves up to third place. So now, can he pull down the 1.1 second to Onshu and Barry Bottas as, well, there goes on the inside line. Justina Vietti making the move and getting ahead of Gonzalez. Gonzalez swings back through on the inside line, says, nope, you're going to stay behind me, thank you very much. Championship points on the line here, of course, and that's what everybody is thinking. They're all thinking the same thing. If I finish here, where does the other guy finish? Dixon's now 55 points back because Gonzalez has moved up into 6th position. So that's now 2 race wins plus a 10th place. Not too much on the line. Dan Tickton will versus Pascal Verline in the Formula E final. You can catch that on JB Motorsports with Megan on the commentary alongside the World Feed team with I think Alan McNish is in the commentary box then alongside as well. There's so many Toms, I've forgotten Tom's last name. I want to say Tom, no it's not. Oh, that's ridiculous high crash! Into the braking zone, and we'll have a red flag because the air fence has been popped. Out of the race goes Albert Arenas. Marcus, Ramirez in there too. The red flag will have to come out because the air fence is damaged. And 75% distance has been completed. Surely that's now race over. So what happens here into the braking zone? Arenas turns in. Oh, and Ramirez just has a complete brake failure. Rams into the back of Arenas, and Arenas' bike at top speed hits the air fence and bounces back up. That would have burst. Surely this now needs to be a stoppage. There's been so many times in this race where it's going to be, you thought, oh, they'll have to stop it this time. But a bike bouncing back is definitely one of them down there at turn 1. They can't take the stewards are going to say it's going to be reviewed after the race. 5 to go. Red flag! The red flag is out, and that will be the race over. And that is Dennis Onchu victorious. More than 75% has been taken, and that should be the race declared a result. Dennis Onchu, no restart, 75 has been completed. Dennis Onchu wins the Moto2 German Grand Prix with the red flag coming out for an air fence being blown up. No restart as 2/3 distance has been completed. And that, I feel sorry most of all for Barry Baltus, who could have won the race. Jake Dixon will finish in 3rd, Vietti 4th, Gonzalez will take 5th. From Roberts, Canet, Guevara, Sasaki, Salak, Senna Igas and Holgado. Results based of lap 20, 2/3 distance complete. So that might actually put Arenas back into position. Red flag out, race over. And that is unfortunate ending to this one. Well, kind of predictable, unfortunately, but that is the way it goes in motorcycle racing. Final result, Dennis Onchu wins. Barry Baltus is 2nd, Jake Dixon 3rd, Manuel Gonzalez is 4th, Justina Vietti 5th, Joe Roberts 6th, Aaron Canet 7th, Alvan Guevara in 8th, Sasaki takes 9th, from Senna Igas in 10th. Salak gets 10th. Senna's dropped down to 11th. Holgado, Altola, Binder, Navarro, and Zonta van der Gerberg, followed by Colin Vaya, Cooney, Huetas, Isaac Gray, and Hadar as well in 21st position. Officially out was Albert Arenas and Manuel Gonzalez. Well, that's an unfortunate way to end the Moto2 German Grand Prix, but that's the way it goes sometime. Next up, it's going to be the women's WCR race from Donington Park. That's going to be on JB Motorsports 2. And then on the main JB Motorsports channel, it's going to be all ready to go for the German Grand Prix of MotoGP. We'll see you there. Take care. Bye-bye.